dropping floaters that aren't even on the screen. 2 of his 27 points. They needed him last night.
That might be the most impressive teardrop I've seen in a long time.
A finger roll teardrop.
Oh, man, that's above the backboard.
That is, I think, harder to do than a three-quarter court shot. Like, I don't... That high? That went 17 feet in the air.
And he had to anticipate when he was going to jump. And that was a great shot.
Paul George with the behind-the-back dribble, the nice pocket pass to Jeremy Grant.
And that must have not been the fourth quarter, because it's a good play by the Thunder.
That's very
Especially
funny.
one of their stars, yes.
Yeah,
must have been early in the game.
Exactly right.
Same game, the real legit rookie of the year, not the sophomore rookie of the year. Donovan Mitchell.
All of the brothers.
Floater over Paul George.
This kid is special. Cece, I've been trying to tell you.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you found that out.
For those of you at home, that's a lie.
Man, I can't believe as a rookie he's doing what he's doing.
You guys know that guy?
This.
Boom! King James. Doesn't even need to look at the rim on dunks anymore. Just watch it. I see you over there.
Was that the James Worthy?
Yes.
Or
James Worthy.
Or maybe even Jordan a little bit? Like a combination of both.
I thought it was a carbon copy of the famous James Worthy dunk. Now, James Worthy wasn't jumping from right inside the free throw line, but from the look back to the extension, man, that was a James Worthy special.
New topic, this one focused on the future of the best quarterback in football. And we'll get to Josh McCown in a second, but let us first chat Tom Brady. Reports were yesterday that Brady had yet to commit to playing in 2018, something we saw hints of in the last episode of Tom versus Time on Facebook. However, other reports say that all Tom Brady wants now is a new contract. Brady is due an average of $14 million for the final 2 years of his deal. So, Cece, let's start with you. Should Bill Belichick and the Pats do whatever it takes to make Tom Brady happy at this point?
Okay, you know I am about all those reports and everything, okay? I've been covering the league, been in the league for a long time to realize that more than half of those reports aren't true. But if Tom Brady does want a new contract, that's exactly what they should do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised that he wants more money, but I would be surprised that's the reason why he's not there this offseason. I don't believe that they run together. All right? I didn't think he was going to be there this offseason. To me, it's offseason. It's not that important. They're not installing anything. If they had a new offensive coordinator, if Josh McDaniels had taken the Colts job, they had a new offensive coordinator, and Tom Brady wasn't there, I would have some concern. I wouldn't be in a panic because it's still Tom Brady's offense. But now with what's going on, he wants a new contract, all these rumors. You know, to me, I'm just very, very careful because when you have a dynasty like New England's had, at the end, people are starting to pick it apart, saying how they can tear apart this dynasty. How can they tear apart Tom Brady's legacy? Now, Tom Brady's been underpaid for a long, long time. And I know that every person that I know from a high-level achiever, yeah, money is not always the answer, but money is always a part of a result of what you do. And to have people like Kirk Cousins and others, Jimmy Garoppolo, guys making twice as much as you, I don't know if that sits all that well with Tom, because he's human. He's human, and to see these types of numbers, it wouldn't surprise me at all that he would say, man, I've been underpaid for a long, long time, and they ain't doing me no favors with that money. They ain't going out getting weapons and everything. So that part, he's human. So that part, I would say, okay, that wouldn't surprise me. But I don't believe the contract and what he's doing this offseason have anything to do with it.
We should just let people know. He's making $14 million a year. Give me an idea of what other quarterbacks that are not Tom Brady.
$14 million would be a slight pay cut for Ryan Tannehill and Tyrod Taylor.
There you go.
$14 million is in line with what Andy Dalton is making.
There you go.
And when you say double, that's not euphemistically. That's exactly. $14 million is half of what Kirk Cousins is getting. It is just more than half of what Jimmy Garoppolo is getting. Jimmy Garoppolo, who, by the way, of course, famously shares an agent with Tom Brady. So I don't know how much Don Yee chirping in his ear on this, but he's obviously, Tom Brady, very aware of what other guys are making. And also, we should note, Tom Brady recently signed a contract extension. So I'd say, oh, well, he was fine with his pay. It was March of 2016. What's Tom Brady done since then? Oh, he's won a Super Bowl, been to another Super Bowl, and been a league MVP. Like, that's what he's done since then. So he's outperformed the contract. So I just think the question is, should you do whatever it takes to make Tom Brady happy? Yes. Like, of course you can. And I understand why, typically with teams, they don't like to set the precedent. We're going to rip up a contract 2 years early. What's that going to say to other guys on the team? What's the trickle-down effect? When it's Tom Brady, that is so much less of a concern.
Yeah, I've been in those locker rooms. I tell those guys what to think. Hey, man, you see that what he got? Yeah, absolutely. The guy deserves it. Shut your mouth. Watch your own money. All right? If there's one guy in the NFL that deserves more money, it's Tom Brady.
Right, that exactly. Like, I don't think if you all of a sudden are ripping up, if they had, I know Nate Solder's gone now, but I'm just trying to pick a good player on the team that's not Gronk or Brady, and say, you know what, Nate, with 2 years left, we're going to give you a pay raise. You've been a great left tackle for us. Then all of a sudden, you got a guy like Dante Hightower might come and say, hey, I'm as good as, nobody on that team thinks they're as good as Brady. Nobody on that team is as respected as Brady, has been there as long as Brady, and they got the money to do it. They got $14 million under the cap, and Cece's point is a critical one. When Tom Brady has taken these below market value deals, the implicit agreement has been, I am doing that not to enrich Robert Kraft. I'm doing that so you can go out and get me more weapons.
In the last 7 years, last 10 years, Tom Brady has lost his two favorite targets. One being Randy Moss, over money. The other one being Wes Welker, over money. Now, I'm not even going to talk about Amendola, what he's done in the playoffs. He went to Miami for money. Gronk is not participating now and thinking about retirement, not because he's tired of football, for money. So all these money situations, and Tom Brady has given them the best hometown discount in the history of sports. It begins to rub on you the wrong way.
But this is what we've come to know about the Patriots. They underpay their players, and what do you get for being underpaid? You get to be there at the very end, most likely holding up a trophy. It has seemingly worked for this franchise. It's the way Bob Kraft has sort of laid everything out, and it started with the quarterback. My question is, what happened between, you know, a couple months ago when Tom Brady was on top of the world, he wanted to play another couple years, he was on his way to league MVP, he was on his way to the Super Bowl, and then suddenly these existential questions in this documentary about family and who I am and what I'm doing, how much longer I want to play, and then suddenly, oh, now I want a new contract, and now I'm not going to show up to practices, whether he was going to or not. And I just wonder how much of that has to do with, you're hearing a lot of barking from players who have left about Bill Belichick, which we haven't really heard in the last couple of years, plus the Malcolm Butler stuff. There's a lot that happened in the last 2 months since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Belichick stuff is real. The Belichick stuff has always been there. Now with the media coverage and where the Patriots are. People love to pick at the Patriots. People love to try to get information on the Patriots, trying to pick apart the dynasty or trying to make what they've done, trying to take some shine off of what they've done. But Tom Brady has sacrificed a lot. And this is what I do know. Even if Tom Brady wasn't thinking about the money, when you have an agent that's negotiated a contract for twice the amount, him talking to you in your ear, that can affect you. Your wife, because I know she don't understand. There ain't no way she working for half the amount the other models are working for. No, that's real.
Yeah.
While people sitting around laughing, that's real. And I know she don't understand. So I'm sure there are other people in Tom's ear, and it makes the decisions very, very difficult.
All right, we'll talk about this a lot more over the course of the show this morning. But coming up is a new star being born in the NBA playoffs. That's next on First Things First.
We're working.